Festival. You are listening to SGFR, podcast radio for the festival. Now broadcasting highlights and top picks, your tasty, tantalizing tease for this coming year.
Now, in a beautiful segue to the third edition of this little triplet of podcasts, it is my pleasure, utter complete pleasure, to introduce to Laura.
Hello.
The Laura. That's brilliant. I love the way you do that. Who you may know from previous podcasts where she and I did a nearly useless tour of the Strange Games Festival library. And we may or may not do a similar tour in the future. They were useless. They were not playthroughs. They were not instructions. They were not even reviews. They were just us larking around with various things like Splendor tokens in front of us and stuff like that.
Clickety-clack.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying we're desperate for content, but Laura, what excuse can we give for having an interview with you?
Do we
need one?
Hey, Andy, this is a great time to be asking that question.
It's brilliant. It really is. Let's let the audience into how these things come together. That we are who we are.
So Laura, great to have you here. Why are you here?
Anyone who's actually listened to these shows, hi Jan, would know that I often say that.
Yeah, Andy, why are you here?
I don't know. I really don't. I'm a spiritual being on an earth walk.
Why are we all here?
Oh no, it's not. Let's not do one of those like podcasts, please.
Join our cult.
We're here to have fun and talk about games.
Not three men having a breakdown and Laura kind of consoling us with her whatsits.
Oh dear. Well, remember, she's a bit of a scientist, so maybe we are the sample group and she's collecting data.
The real podcast was the friends you made along the way.
We're all in a simulation anyway.
That felt deep. I think I got a little tear in my eye.
But seriously, why are you here?
I don't know. Somebody told me to turn up.
Yeah.
I just haunt various festival things and lurk around correcting people when they say the wrong thing.
You're like the HR department of the festival.
Oh God, take it back.
Because I was thinking of Archer at the moment, where they had that the HR person.
You're not my supervisor.
Moving on.
Yeah, that went down well, didn't it?
Laura, I've got a little stack of games on my table for the festival library, actually.
Oh yeah, I need to put them in the spreadsheet. Why do I have so many spreadsheets? There's a spreadsheet for everything.
Laura, how can you make spreadsheets really exciting and a topic for this podcast?
Conditional formatting.
I will have you know, spreadsheets are exciting, Andy.
You haven't lived until you've had a data sheet and read it into the other sheet and sorry.
Pivot table.
Oh baby.
Oh yes.
Conditional pivoting.
Just all take a moment there. Just take a moment.
Just to think of our favourite spreadsheet.
Oh, I know which mine is. It's the one Laura did for Rallyman, our little tournament, which has got graphs and tells you who braked the most and who spun off the most and everything. It's very good. I think possibly, guys, we should get out more.
I feel like we're going to be trapped in this podcast forever.
We are going to a field near Helsham fairly soon.
No, it's a wooded glade.
I've got plans today, guys.
Laura, I have got Tiny Laser Heist sat here, which I think you suggested.
Yeah.
I
saw the advert and it felt very festival-y.
Yeah, well, it looks cool.
That's exciting.
Laura.
Andy.
One of the things that I'm thinking about, because I had to say your name 3 times just to make sure I got it
I'd turn up if people say it too many times with a spreadsheet.
Really? Oh, okay.
Don't say it in a mirror.
Whoa! What? 3 times in a mirror in the dark? Anyway,
yeah.
Clippy appears.
Looks like you're trying to summon Laura. Would you like some help with that?
It is something that I can't remember who tried to do for last year's festival, which was to give Laura the nickname of Clippy.
It wasn't the festival. It was during Pub Board Game, as Mark observed. I was
Yeah.
overly trying to help with somebody's understanding of the rules, and it just took on from there. I think it's been around for a little while.
Oh, right. Okay. What is your response to the nickname of Clippy?
I mean, there are worse things to be known for, trying to be helpful.
That's so sad and sweet and melancholic and hilarious at the same time.
Sometimes,
I wanted to
sometimes
ask-
people very much appreciate the Clippy nature when things get done. So I'm not taking
Absolutely.
offence.
Yes. Don't let anyone have their thoughts about Laura coloured by Clippy, because Clippy was awful.
Yeah, the
Haunting.
the intelli nonsense of it all, as I used to call
But
it.
now we have Gemini and Assistant and Siri and that, and they're so much more.
No, I'd rather be called Clippy than Siri.
Yeah, I mean, the trouble with AI is it has intelligence and I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm going to be replaced by it fairly soon. Yeah. And then the question I wanted to ask you, Laura, was I see the Strange Games Camp Out as a chance to play some really longer games, actually spend half a day involved in depth in anything. Are there any particular games that you would love to play, especially as at the main festival, you tend not to get to play anything very much?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything specific that I want to spend a long time playing. I think I'm just going to run around playing lots of different games because, like you say, I don't tend to actually get much time in the other one because I'm doing lots of stuff. But this one's a bit hands off the wheel, so I get to actually do stuff, see people.
I wonder,
I'm let out the cage.
Yeah. In fact, I think we should.
other than whether we do let Laura out the cage, because there was the injunction last time. But I was just thinking games like Rallyman that we really love. It might be a group of people could sit and play a tournament over a
Ooh.
day at the camp out. Or
We did try to play Rallyman a couple of years ago, and you and I would kept being distracted by festival business. So yeah, maybe the camp out is a good time to get
and
the Grand Prix going.
Game of Thrones, the board game with the expansion and the playmat, so a big could take ages. Oh, maybe somebody will bring Kingdom Death Monster or something. Just something you could play like a mini campaign. Come along and play, bring Clank Legacy and play it all in one day.
Oh, sounds good. Oh, yeah. Some of the
We
legacy
got some
games,
good
yeah,
ideas
actually
here.
make some headway into those, yeah. Oh, it sounds exciting. These will be topics for future podcasts. If anyone steps up and says, yes, I'm very interested in doing that, contact me or let me harangue you and drag you onto this poor, horrible experience of the interview suite. And you too can banter like we do and pretend that we're funny.
But you are funny, Andy.
Sorry, I let my brain go on a bit there.
No.
Yeah, but not in a funny way. I mean, not in a hilarious way. I'm atypical, I think the phrase you're looking for is.
It's like when a dog hurts itself. You find it funny, but the dog probably isn't enjoying it as much.
Tragedy plus distance.
It's a very cute looking dog, and it's hilarious, but probably just to its owner.
So if you have a dog that needs to be screened, do not approach James.
James, you keep away from Muffin.
Aw.
Hey, my TikTok channel is going to take off.
Oh dear.
People, because I don't say ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me here in the Strange Games Festival Radio podcast. Thank you for joining me. And this triplet of podcasts will come to you when they come to you. Thank you for listening as well. And stay involved in the channel because we'll put out other amazing well, actually, that's overpromising. We'll put out other podcasts, which we hope will be amazing, discussing other amazing things again, the amazing that might come up in the Strange Games Festival experience.
Thank you.
Does anyone want to say goodbye? Does anyone care? Does anyone want to say
Goodbye.
anything else?
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, fair listeners.
And I will see you at the festival or camp out.
You've been listening to SGFR, the podcast radio channel for the Strange Games Festival.
This season's hosts have been James, Laura, Andy, and Craig.
And if you'd like to come on the show, message us on the Festival Radio channel on the Strange Games Festival Discord server.